So welcome back to my channel. You guys may be thinking that I'm looking a little out of character with all this pink and my themed sort of t-shirt right here, but today is the day that I will be reviewing the Storybook Cosmetics Mean Girls limited edition palette. It just speaks for itself. I don't even have to say anything. It's a burn book. It's ridiculous. I love this entire collection. I think it's so exciting, and everything down to the little details of the book spine, or sorry, that's not the spine, the book pages around the perimeter of the palette, and the spine saying Mean Girls looking like a VHS thing. Like, the whole thing is just so exciting. I'm obsessed. I'm literally obsessed, and I'm even more impressed with how the look turned out. This is the look that I'm going to be doing for you guys today. It's a little different from what I usually do. It's not a natural look. It's not a neutral look. It's something a little bit more crazy because I went in with the green, which is something that I really wanted to try out. And yeah, overall, I'm really excited about this tutorial and this review. So if you guys want to see how these shades work on my face and how I feel about this particular makeup palette and whether or not I think it's worth it, definitely continue watching, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Even for the theme of this video, I put on my bright pink, hot pink cardigan, very reminiscent of what Regina George wears in the movie. And also on Wednesdays we wear pink t-shirt from Brandy Melville. Okay, so first off, I'm gonna prime my face using the Farcelli Unicorn Essence, and this is basically sort of like a oil that is also a hydrating sort of liquid, which primes the face and helps your foundation stick on, and that's really important since we want to look plastic and flawless. And this will really help your foundation glide on and stick on. For the second step, I'm going to be going in with MAC Strobe Cream. This one is in the gold shade, but you can definitely use the regular one or the pink tone or some of the other shades depending on your skin tone. I just prefer the golden one because obviously I have a yellow undertone, so I really like this one. This will give you that glowy sort of strobing skin effect, and it'll make your skin look really hydrated. I'm just gonna put a dollop on a little dense brush right here, and I'm just gonna work it onto my cheeks so that I give myself that beautiful sheen and glow on the skin, and this will really give you that plastic perfection type of face. Okay, so the next step, I'm going to be going in with the Fenty Beauty foundation, and I love this foundation because it gives a very matte and high coverage finish, which is great because we want to have a nice base to lay down the other makeup. Lighting and concealing, I'm going to go in with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I love this concealer. It's so creamy and it's very nice and blendable at the same time. I'm going to blend it in. To contour my face, I'm going to go in with the Inglot foundation stick in the shade 119, I believe. Yes, 119, and it's just a beautiful kind of gray tone. For the nose, I'm just going to go in with a smaller brush. Now I'm going to go in and do my brows using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. Now to set the brows, I'm going to go in with Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is the, what is this? The Tinted Brow Gel. So now that I have the foundation laid down and my brows on, I'm going to go in with the Storybook Cosmetics Burn Book Eyeshadow Palette, and we're going to go in and dip into some shades. First off, I'm going to go in with the Plastics, and I'm going to use a fluffy brush to just kind of sort of highlight and lay down a base on near the brows. So I'm just dipping in a little bit and going to highlight underneath my brow. So as I'm using these shades, I can tell that the white is not as pigmented as I thought it was going to be. It's definitely something that you want to build up, but again, I'm using a fluffy brush, so that may be contributing to that. Blendability wise, it's pretty good. It's pretty decent. When it comes to blendability, it definitely is pretty good. It's a decent eyeshadow for the price, and I'm not expecting it to be like a Marc Jacobs or some of the higher end sort of shadows. It does blend and it's pretty good. It's not as chalky as I thought it would. It's a nice stark white, but it does blend into the skin very nicely to give that sort of natural base. Okay, so moving along to the next shadow, I'm gonna go in with Glen Coco. You go, Glen Coco. Anyways, and I'm going to use the same fluffy brush. I'm gonna start from the outer lower corner and lower outer corner, I should say, and I'm gonna sort of smoke it out a little bit, and this will be sort of a nice deeper transition shade. And I'm just using circular motions and bringing that upwards toward the brow that we laid down. There's so many colors in this palette, I honestly don't know sort of what direction I'm heading in. I didn't really map this out beforehand, so I'm just gonna wing it and see what we get. Yeah, the shadows are not bad. They blend quite well with each other, and it's not kind of clinging or bunching up on different parts of the skin. It's giving a really smooth application. Can you guys tell? It's pretty good. I'm impressed. So now that we have sort of a transition-y shade, I'm gonna go in with something a little bit darker. I'm not sure if I want to go in with this color or this color right now. Let me think about it. Thought about it a little bit. I'm gonna go in with the color You Can't Sit With Us. Same fluffy brush. I'm gonna pick that up, and I'm gonna start sort of layer it on top of the sort of transition shade that we already laid down. So I'm gonna transition this into sort of a more pink tone eyelid. And I'm just using a light hand and dusting that on top. Right in that kind of socket area. Even though I have monolids, but you know what I'm saying. Like kind of in the inner corner a little bit more. Okay, so that just created a little bit more dimension. Okay, the next color I think I want to play with is definitely Wednesday. And I'm going to use the same brush and pick it up on the tip. And then I'm going to sort of press it on the outer corner. Wow, that's like really pigmented. But I really like that. Pink eyeshadows are very hard to make. And to have a pink eyeshadow that is this pigmented is really impressive. And it's actually really blendable. I often struggle with using sort of brighter colors, especially pinks, because even though they're pigmented, sometimes it's hard to blend it out. And I'm really excited about the quality of this. It's really nice, you guys. Can you see? It's pretty good. Okay, so let's blend this out. I'm gonna stamp a little bit more on the outer corner, just a little bit. Low expectations for this, but it's really nice. Look at that, you guys. It's really blendable. It's really nice. That's very, very vibrant. Okay, my camera just cut off, but yeah, that's really nice. Since we're gonna go a little bit crazy, I'm not sure if I want to do Regina George or Gruel. What do you guys think? Should I go in with Gruel on the inner corner or Regina George? Let me swatch it real quick. So Regina George is just this nice champagne pink, and then Gruel is this beautiful sort of green, and I think either one would look amazing on the inner corner. If you're going for a more natural look, I would definitely say put Regina George on the inner corner, but if you're going for something a little bit more exotic, I would totally put Gruel on the inner corner. And that's just like a little tip I just gave you guys. If you guys are ever struggling on what color to put, I would just swatch it on my fingers and kind of go like this to see like what color matches. I'm really into Gruel, I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like I need to film some videos after this, and maybe Regina George would be more appropriate for a favorites video. I don't know. This is such a hard decision. All the colors are so beautiful. I'm really struggling with what color to use next. I think just to test the blendability of the shadows and how they interact with each other, I'm gonna go in with Gruel. Just because using a brighter shade like this and trying to blend it with some other really vibrant shadows, sometimes it can get a little bit muddy, and this will be a good true test. So I'm gonna pick up Gruel with a flat shader brush like this. I'm gonna pack it on to the inner lid. Wow. Wow, guys, the pigmentation, you guys, is so nice. It's blending in so easily. I'm using a very light hand and I'm very impressed. It's very buttery as I apply it. And look, it just blends really nice and seamlessly. It really blends really well. I am really impressed. I'm gonna bring this up a little bit higher than my natural sort of shape so that I can make my lid space look a little bit bigger. This is really impressive. It blends out really nicely. I'm shook. Like, the quality is really there. Wow. You guys, for a metallic to show up this vibrant without having me wet the brush, guys, this palette is really nice. The quality is really, really nice. Look how vibrant that is. And it's blending in seamlessly with the pinks, which is really difficult of a formula to get. Oh, wow. It's like not making it muddy. Do you guys see that? Wow, that's really nice. Okay, so I'm not gonna be a lost cause and not use, oops, I just dropped the cover. But I'm just gonna do something a little bit more daring, and because I really wanna go in with that shade Regina George, I'm gonna pick it up on the other side of my little flat shader brush so I don't have to clean it. So Regina George on this side, and I'm gonna put that kind of in between. I'm not sure how that's gonna turn out, but I'm gonna gradate it. Gradate it? Is that even a word? I don't know, but I'm gonna make this fade into that color. So I'm just putting that in between. That's actually really pretty. I'm giving myself kind of a halo eye right now. That's really pretty, like right there. Wow, and the shadows just blend really effortlessly. I'm really into that. Just a little bit of Regina George to blend it. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with my fluffy brush, and I'm not gonna pick up any shadow. I'm just gonna try to blend the edges a little bit better. A soft transition. And that's pretty much it. I just blended it really easily. I don't want to over blend. With a pencil brush right now, I'm going to go back in with Regina George because it's a beautiful sort of metallic color as well. And it's really, it gives a nice shine. And I'm just going to go underneath on the lower lash line in the inner corner, sort of smaller eyes. But I'm putting that as a inner corner highlight ever so slightly. See, I love that. That's really pretty. Do you guys see that? Okay, so I'm also going to go in with the plastics with the same pencil brush. I'm just going to highlight the inner corners. That's really nice. And then to smoke out the lower lash line, I'm going to go back in with Glen Coco, picking up a little bit with You Can't Sit With Us and a tiny bit of Wednesday to make that same kind of tone from above. And I'm just going to smoke it out. Using the fluffy brush again without applying any more shadow, I'm just gonna kind of blur it out a little bit. Wow, the shadows are really nice. And now because I feel like my eyelid is a little bit flat, I'm gonna go in with She Doesn't Even Go. She doesn't even go here. We're gonna go in with that shade with the pencil brush, just a little bit. And I just wanted to find the outer corners just a tad so I can create a little bit more dimension in the eye because I do have a monolid. So if you guys have like regular eyelids, you don't really have to add that much more dimension. You can just leave it with the pink. Because my eyelids are so flat, I need a little bit more shadowing on the outer corner, so I'm just gonna apply that right there, and that just takes it to that next level. You guys can't really tell a huge difference, but in person it just takes it right there to that next level. The shadows are so blendable. This is amazing. I really like it. Okay, so now I'm gonna go off camera and I'm gonna do a wing eyeliner, and then I'm gonna come back on here and finish off. Okay, so I went ahead and did my classic wing eyeliner. I'll put a link in the description box of a tutorial how I do my eyeliner, just so you guys can get a more detailed kind of explanation. I also applied a little bit of mascara. This one is the Ciate London Wonder Lash, and sorry, Wonder Wand. I always say Wonder Lash. And to top off the look, I'm gonna apply some false eyelashes. Okay, so I went ahead and applied some lashes, and these are just some Lily lashes that I put on. They don't really have a name or a description because I picked these up during their sale, and it's like the clear, what is it called? It's called like the, I forgot what it was called, but they were like $14 on Lily lashes. They were doing half price because these babies did not pass quality control. I'm not bugged about it. They look great, and I only paid $14 for these Lily Ghalichi lashes. So that's what I have on my face right now. So I'm gonna finish off the look with some powder bronzer and contour. I'm just gonna go in with a big fluffy brush, and this palette right here, this palette's from Physicians Formula, and it's just like your average contouring powders, and I'm gonna go in with that shade right there. And I'm just gonna contour. The final step is to highlight, and I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild Glow Kit, and I'm gonna go in with the shade Pink Heart. and it's just like an icy, it looks white here, but when you put it on the cheek, it turns out a little bit iridescent pink. And I feel like that will just tie the entire look together. I'm just using like a fluffy small brush like this. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's giving off like an iridescent pink sort of vibe. I'm gonna do the nose and also kind of the sweat lines up here. And obviously the Cupid's bow. Lip color, and because Mean Girls was filmed during the 2000s, and back then the trend for lips were nude lips, I'm gonna go in with something like this. This is the Kylie Cosmetics matte liquid lipstick in the shade Babe. Is it Babe? Oh, sorry, Bear. So it's in the shade Bear. I'm just gonna apply this all over my lips. That's that. To top off the look, I'm gonna finish off with setting everything with the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. Okay, so that was the finished tutorial of the Mean Girls Storybook Cosmetic Collab Burn Book palette. I am so excited about this palette. The quality of the eyeshadows are definitely there. They blend so easily on the eyelid and they don't get muddy easily. There was very minimal fallout throughout the entire tutorial, as you guys probably saw, and I really like just the whole effect of the book, and then with the little mirror and everything, I feel like that adds a lot to the entire, I don't know, glam session experience, if you will. And I don't know, the entire thing is just like flawless. I love the shadows. Very minimal fallout, as you can see. You can see the palette itself after I just used it. There's like really nothing. I'm really impressed with this shade right here called Gruel. There was very little fallout. It was very pigmented, very high shine, and I didn't even have to wet my brush. I just applied it onto the lid and it gave off this beautiful sort of metallic sheen, which is really, really impressive. I loved how blendable Wednesday was, the pink, the bright pink, because matte shades like that are usually very hard, first of all, to make, second of all, to be pigmented, third of all, to not have fallout, and fourth of all, to be blendable with other shades. So I was really, really impressed with that. Honest to God, I had very low expectations because this is an indie brand, but all my expectations were like blew away by the actual quality of this. I'm really excited to try out some of the cool tones in the palette and some of these kind of funnier orangey tones right there. I didn't have the opportunity to do that during this tutorial. I don't know why I'm stuttering with what I'm saying. I didn't have the opportunity to test out these shades over here, some of these shades and the cool tone shades during this tutorial, but I'm really excited to dig into it for the next tutorial. All in all, I love the palette. I feel like all the shades are very blendable, very pigmented, very high quality, and I'm overall so impressed because everything was flawless. And because it is such a iconic sort of symbol of the 2000s and everything, this definitely hits close to home as something that I love already based on the packaging alone. But because the quality of the shadows are so good, I'm even more impressed, and this definitely exceeded all my expectations, even though I had like no expectations whatsoever of it from the beginning. So all in all, I definitely do recommend you guys checking this out, and I definitely think it's worth the purchase. There are a lot of nice neutral shades. Glen Coco, she doesn't even go here. You Can't Sit With Us, Regina George, and obviously the plastics. Those are very easy everyday shades to work with, and it can give you a very natural shade, sorry, not natural shade, a very natural look if that's what you're looking for. But at the same time, they have a lot of fun colors, and this bright pink is definitely a really good shade right here, because it's hard to find bright pinks like this. So all in all, I really, really do think that this palette is worth it. I love all the colors in it. I think they flow really nicely. The names of it, everything, the packaging, everything flawless. 100% would recommend you guys checking this out, because not only is the packaging great for someone who is like me, who is a makeup collector and loves collecting new palettes, but the quality of the shadows are definitely there. I'm really surprised. I thought I would be bashing this, to be honest to God, but it's actually like everything about it is flawless. I love the look that I came up with today. It's kind of like a watermelon look because I went ahead and did the green instead of the sort of rose gold Regina George color on the inner lid, which would have looked very beautiful and glamorous and natural. But just to kick things up a little notch. I went in with green instead, and I think the look turned out flawless and beautiful, and I absolutely love it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please remember to give me a thumbs up and subscribe down below for more videos and tutorials coming soon. I do a lot of reviews of hype products and new things because I am a makeup hoarder, collector. Like, this is like one of, like, people collect stamps, I collect makeup. That's like it's just like a thing. I just love unique limited edition stuff, fun palettes and projects that companies come out with. So I love reviewing it online for all of you guys out there as well. But yeah, so remember to subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment down below what shades you want me to play with next for another tutorial. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.